Now, I know that Game Week 23 isn't even over yet, but that doesn't stop me making some content for you guys. Here is a quick preview of Game Week 24. So as usual for these videos, my friends at DraftHound are kindly providing the stats, and as usual we're starting off with the top players for expected points for the game week. Top at the moment, we've got Erling Haaland, but I think given that Pep Guardiola said he's a doubt for the Arsenal game, it's give or take really whether he plays against Forest. I think we've got to monitor this one. Rashford comes in a very close second, 7 points compared to 7.1 of Erling Haaland. I really like Rashford as an outside captaincy shout for Game Week 24. His expected points are the same, just slightly below basically Haaland's. I think 0.1 expected points in it is barely anything. So I really do think that Rashford is a good captaincy shout for the game week. Usual suspects really in the remaining positions. We've got Harry Kane up there, De Bruyne, who really needs to score some points for me at some point. Bruno Fernandes, Mason Mount up there, which is quite interesting. Chelsea playing a pretty deflated Southampton side at the moment. Saka, Odegaard, Mahrez, Reece James up there, who I mentioned in my buy and avoid video as a player that I'm really keen on bringing into my side. And Ivan Perisic, who's got West Ham. And then secondly, we've got the goal scoring and goal involvement percentages. Because it's goal scoring, they are pretty lined up to the expected point stats. So usual suspects in Erling Haaland and Harry Kane topping both the list. You know, two of the outstanding attacking players in the Premier League this season. So no surprise that they're top of the percentages for goal scoring percentage and goal involvement percentages. Rashford's up there as well. He's got 48% chance of scoring a goal and a 56% chance of being involved in one. So yeah, all of basically the full list of goal involvements, based on it being over 50% for most of these players, they are more likely than not to be involved in a goal this weekend. So I think that's quite exciting, and there's lots of exciting picks for this game week. And yeah, the full lists are available there. I won't go through them all, but this might, influence you on whether you buy or sell some players. For me, seeing Mitrovic on that goal scoring list at 37%, making me more inclined to keep him. I expect quite a few people like me have got Mitrovic, slowly becoming frustrating with the blanks that he's getting, but I still think he's got a good chance of scoring in game week 24, so I don't think I'll be rushing to sell him. And yeah, the rest of the players are on this list. You can look for yourself, and hopefully it helps you make some decisions on your transfers. And next up, we've got the top teams, all the teams in the Premier League for clean sheet odds, with the top teams obviously on the left-hand side. At the moment, Chelsea are topping the clean sheet odds ahead of Game Week 24, with a 56% chance of keeping a clean sheet against Southampton. Man City in second, 52 against Nottingham Forest. And then it's Wolves, Arsenal, Brentford, Man United, Brighton, Tottenham, Newcastle and Everton. Now, I think that Chelsea defenders are really attractive at the moment in FPL. I know they failed to keep a clean sheet against West Ham, but ever since the signing of Badiashile, they look to have really strengthened things defensively. And I think him himself, Badiashile, and Reece James are both really good options for the game week. Also noting that they don't blank in game week 25, so they could be a potential replacement for the likes of Luke Shaw and Kieran Trippier. I think both Luke Shaw and Trippier are arguably, probably wouldn't want to sell Trippier and just hold him on the bench for the blank, but Luke Shaw, he's an arguable sell with the blank in 25, and I think the Chelsea players could be a good option to bring in for him if you're struggling for players going into game week 25. You see there, Man City second for clean sheet odds. Every week they seem to be, really good for clean sheet odds, and actually their underlying numbers in terms of how their expected goals conceded are looking are much better than they're actually performing. So I think it's only a matter of time before Man City start to keep a row of clean sheets. And obviously the game with Man City at the moment is predicting who the hell Pep's going to play in his defence. He's chopping and changing it all the time, but they always come near towards the top of the clean sheet odds. And then we got Wolves against Bournemouth, Arsenal against Villa, Brentford against Palace, Man United against Leicester, Brighton against Fulham, and Tottenham against West Ham. I think anything under about 30%, I don't really back teams for clean sheets in. So Newcastle there, I think they're going to have a tricky time against Liverpool. But Kieran Trippier, he's just a legend, isn't he? I think, like I said, it's a hard case to really sell him for a Chelsea player and get rid of him at all. He's always there amongst the bonus points, and he's got a chance for attacking returns. So I'd probably play him, but not sure about the rest of the Newcastle defenders. You know, the likes of Botman, Shah and Byrne, because you're really relying on clean sheets from those guys. And I'm not sure you're going to get one there against Liverpool. But yeah, the rest of the teams are there for you to see. And just to finish things off, here's an early look at how my team is looking going into Game Week 24. I've got some pretty major fires to put out in terms of Cancelo and Patterson, and 3 players in my team that blank in Game Week 25. Noting that Liverpool also have a double game week, I've got a really tricky time working out what to do with my swaps here. I think I'm probably going to do Cancelo to maybe Reece James for Game Week 24. I think that's going to be my transfer. And then maybe someone like Nonto to Darwin Núñez for 25. And then try and get away with playing 10 players. I'm not sure it's really worth a hit to take out like Shaw or Trippier for their blank. I think I'm just going to have to bench them. Maybe Patterson could become someone else for a hit. I don't really know yet. But for Game Week 24, I think I may well do Cancelo to Reece James. Really looking at those clean sheet odds for the Southampton game and thinking it's a strong move to make. Given that Cancelo's never going to play in the league again this season, I think it's a solid transfer. Other than that, I'm quite happy with the state of this team. Obviously, I've got a few players that blank in 25, but I think Shaw and Trippier going into Game Week 24 look really good. Like I say, with Trippier, he might not keep a clean sheet against Liverpool, but got the option of attacking returns and just normal FPL bonus points. Kepa's been a bit of a legend, apart from the game against West Ham, getting clean sheets and saves left, right and centre. I think he can continue that against Southampton. And that Tottenham game for Chelsea as well, I'm not too put off by that. I think Tottenham without Bentancur, now he's done his knee, I think are going to be a really different prospect. I think Bentancur really improves that Tottenham team. So I think Chelsea have got a good chance in that fixture now as well. Other fire really for me, Martinelli as well. He got subbed early in the Arsenal game at the weekend. And then Trossard came on shortly after and scored. So not really sure if he's going to play against Man City in the second fixture of 23, which obviously puts him in doubt for the fixture in 24, as well as the double in 25. I might just have to hold on to him, though, and just hope for the best, because I think I've got bigger fires to put out in my team than Martinelli potentially being benched for a couple of games. But yeah, that's how my team's looking at the moment, and I'll keep you updated throughout the week whether things change. And that's the end of the video. If you enjoyed it or found it useful, please leave me a like rating. I'd really appreciate it. And consider subscribing to the Golden Goal channel. I do 2 or 3 FPL videos every week and a deadline stream going into the deadline. So if you enjoyed that and want to stick around, please consider subscribing. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video.